What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. Recording this the day after Thanksgiving, so if you do celebrate Thanksgiving, I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. But today we're going to be talking about the Dallas Mavericks here on Black Friday. If you're going out Black Friday shopping, best of luck to you. But let's talk about how good the Mavericks have been this season. Obviously, last year when they traded for Kyrie Irving, Luka and Kyrie did not look very good together, but so far they're off to a 10-5 start. This will be the first time I've done a Mavericks rebuild since the Derek Lively update as well. So let's just go ahead, jump in, and do this Dallas Mavericks rebuild so far this season. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like in this one, and of course subscribe if you are new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciate it. If you are new around here, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Crushables, obviously here on YouTube. I do 2K rebuilds, and the way I like to do 2K rebuilds is I try to be as realistic as I possibly can be. Sometimes we go off the rails just a little bit, but if you enjoy realism and that's your niche, I'm your guy. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you are new around here. But today I actually have exciting news because Start Today unfortunately is not working in 2K. It's just they don't have it going yet. But I am going to be using Joda Kelmer's share scenario today. So the records around the league should reflect on how things are going so far this season, which is really nice. We do kind of have a little bit of a Start Today as well. So if you want to go ahead and download it, it is Joda Kelmer. It's a 2K share scenario on Xbox Series X /S. But let's look at this Mavericks roster. We got Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, Grant Williams, Tim Hardaway, Derek Lively, Josh Green, Dwight Powell, Seth Curry, Jaden Hardy, Derek Jones Jr. Obviously, the main thing for the Dallas Mavericks is building around Luka right now. Obviously, right? They took a risk by trading for Kyrie Irving at the trade deadline. He ended up resigning, which was nice. There was a lot of worry that he may not even resign here, but he did, which is nice. And they only get have him for a couple years or whatever, but and he has like a player option in the third year. But we need to do more. I don't know if this team is just here ready to win a championship. I think we could do a little bit more to make it, enhance our chances. Grant Williams was an amazing addition as well. I love that. They try to get Thibault as well, which honestly, Thibault would have been really good for them as well because he's been a knockdown shooter this year so far for the Portland Trail Blazers. And if they would have gotten him, I think they would have looked even better. But unfortunately, the Blazers matched. But regardless, we're going to go ahead and simulate the rest of this season with the way things are right now. And then maybe at the trade deadline, we'll stop and make a big move if we want to. Other than that, I kind of just want to see how the rest of the season goes with this Mavericks roster. And if it doesn't go as planned, then obviously we'll get in the offseason and we'll try to retool as much as we can. Derek Lively up to 78 overall, which is really, really nice. Grant Williams 79. I think the main thing is I would love to upgrade that small forward spot. I like Tim Hardaway, but not really the guy I think long-term that's going to help us win a championship. Grant Williams and Lively, I love his role players. Obviously, Max Prosper is a guy that eventually can maybe turn into something here. But overall, it was a nice offseason for the Mavericks, but it's time to, try to buckle down and get even better here. So I will see you guys most likely at the deadline or at the end of year number 1. But of course, today's video is brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is a player props app that's available on mobile or desktop. Here's how it works. You log in or you sign up, whatever, and this is what it looks like. They basically have every sport you can imagine. If you want to just look at basketball simply, since we are a basketball channel, though, the way it works is you choose between 2 to 6 players, 2 players being all the way up to 3 times your entry, all the way up to 6 players being 25 times your entry. And it's a lot of fun. Basically, it's just an extra sweat while you watch basketball games or whatever sport you want to. I've used Prize Picks since 2021. I love using Prize Picks. I actually made a lot of entries yesterday for Thanksgiving because they had that CMC free square. But unfortunately, some of them, worked out for me. Others did not. Like, I got off to a really hot start in the first game. Less interception on Goff, and then Love Goff combined yards, which they did good. I used that CMC free square on pretty much every entry. Robinson and Tony Pollard combined, which is really nice. I needed one more field goal. I needed one more reception just to push for McLaurin. And then other than that, that was basically it. But if you want to save for Prize Picks, use code Crushables. Link is down in the description below. They match your first deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. Thank you to Prize Picks for sponsoring today's video. So we are 27-25 at the trade deadline. I definitely think we could try to get better here if possible. We're the 9th seed in the West. We're off to a hot start, and now things have cooled down here, which is not great. So the way I want to do this is I want to let 2K determine who's selling, who's buying. Obviously, Start Today or having kind of a Start Today is going to help enhance this into what it maybe would look like in real life. But let's go ahead and see. Obviously, it was a small sample size through the games we had, but 9th seed in the West, just kind of unacceptable after the start we got off to. The Nets are selling, and obviously Tim Hardaway, he'd be nice, but they're at the 8th seed. I'm definitely curious to see what the Brooklyn Nets are going to do at the deadline. But hey, if you could get Mikal Bridges, I think the Nets or the Mavericks should be all over that. But don't think they're going to have the assets for it. The Nets wouldn't even, I mean, apparently they wouldn't even take Scoot and Anthony Simons for Mikal. So, I mean, Scoot, I know Scoot hasn't looked very good this season, but still, that was definitely an interesting take by the Nets. You know, obviously Nuggets aren't going to do anything. The Pacers, they got off to a hot start, but now they're 18-34. I'm not really looking at this roster, seeing anybody I really want. Obviously, Halliburton and Luka would not work, I don't think. And then Buddy Hield, I mean, I don't really know if that helps us out long term. Pelicans, they're buying. Pistons are rebuilding. They have like Bojan, but he's probably going to regress as soon as possible. So if he was still like 27, I would probably be all over that because that'd be a really nice get right now. Obviously, you always have the Raptors. I mean, OG Anunoby, definitely love getting OG if I could. I think he'd actually be kind of a perfect fit here next to Luka and Kyrie, obviously. So I'm going to keep that in my back pocket for now. The Rockets, the Spurs, they have Keldon Johnson and Vassell. Keldon Johnson would be a nice get. Vassell, I think, is someone they'd want to keep. But Keldon Johnson, maybe. We'll consider him. Suns, Thunder. We all know we all woke up to some crazy news about the Thunder. Not necessarily the Thunder, but Josh Giddey yesterday. So gonna stay away from that. And then Timberwolves are buying. They're off to a great start. The Blazers do have Jeremy Grant, which Jeremy Grant could make some sense, and I think the Mavericks could get him. I think that's so far the most realistic option. Definitely, I think the Mavericks could have enough. So that definitely is an option. Washington Wizards rebuilding. They have what? Kuzma. I mean, Kuzma could be interesting. You want to go for Kyle Kuzma, so I don't hate that idea. And then you have the 76ers, not really much there. The Bulls, I mean, we have Levine as an option, DeMar DeRozan as an option if we want to go for that. I'm not really sure if the Mavericks have enough, but we'll maybe consider those guys. And then let's just keep looking. Is there anybody else here? The Hornets with maybe, PJ Washington. Again, not really what I'm looking for. And then there's Lauri Markkanen. The Jazz are not off to a great start this season. Lauri Markkanen does sound fun next to Luka Doncic and Kyrie. Not going to lie. He's 26 years old. He'd be better than getting Jeremy Grant. I don't know what the Jazz's asking price would be for Lauri Markkanen. I don't even know if they're going to be willing to move on from him, but they are not great so far this season. Obviously last year they got off to a really hot start. So I think I'm leaning towards, obviously, Mikal, OG are two guys I would love to get, but they're probably going to cost a lot. Probably not going to have enough. So I think we're leaning either between Jeremy Grant or Lauri Markkanen. Jeremy Grant to me is like the most realistic option, but like Lauri Markkanen could be realistic as well. It's just, what is the asking price going to be for the Utah Jazz is the question. I actually have no idea. And if they're going to be, and also, are they even going to be willing to move on from him is another question. So, what do we want to do? Do we want to go for the most realistic option with Jeremy Grant, or do we want Lauri Markkanen? I think I'm going to go to the most realistic option today. Jeremy Grant, I think, is going to be like a really good realistic get for the Mavericks if they wanted him. So he's averaging 17.5 points per game, 40% shooting from three. So we're going to go see if we can get Jeremy Grant from the Portland Trailblazers. So I think he'd be a really good forward to bring into this team. Tim Hardaway, although he's been good, I think we might need his salary in this trade. We'll see. 13 points for 42% shooting from three. If we can keep Tim Hardaway out of the trade, I wouldn't hate it to keep him for the rest of the season off the bench. Like Rashawn Holmes' contract's going to be in here. Actually, we could probably get away with this with Maxi Kleber maybe. So, I think the Blazers would be happy to just get off Grant's contract potentially. So let's say if Moses Brown was in the trade, unfortunately, he makes a little too much. So maybe we're going to have to include Hardaway's contract. Moses Brown he made what was he making? Moses Brown was making 1.99. So, Kamaro is the only one that's making cheaper money, and I don't think Ryan Repair, they're not just going to throw him in the trade. Kamaro, they're not going to throw in a trade. Jabari Walker. So, we might have to, unfortunately, do somebody else. So Max Kleber is not making enough. Or what we could do is, obviously maybe increase the trade a little bit. So let's say we throw in Dante Exum as well as just another salary filler. They have Moses Brown they could maybe throw in here, and then Ish Wainwright. I think that could be done. Okay, boom. So Rashawn Holmes, Kleber, Dante Exum, Ish Wainwright, Moses Brown and Jeremy Grant. And then we have to include one of the first-round picks that we can offer. So let's say it's a 2026 unprotected. And then let's say we throw in like the 2028 Heat second-round pick for Jeremy Grant. What do you say? They disagree. I mean, I don't know if do I throw 2 firsts for Jeremy Grant? Our picks aren't very valuable at all so far. So, I mean, if this isn't going to get us Jeremy Grant, I don't know how we're going to be able to get Lauri Markkanen. But I'm willing to try it. They agree. Okay, so we get Jeremy Grant. It costed us 2 firsts, which not great, but those first-round picks weren't valuable at all. I don't think I would have traded 2 firsts if I'm the Mavericks. But 1 first, I think, is acceptable. Pretend we traded 1 first, because to me, I think 1 first gets it done. I think 1 first could definitely be done. But maybe there's a team that's willing to bid two first for Jeremy Grant. I think the contract, though, would hurt his value a little bit. But he's up to an 84 at the small forward spot, so we're going to run him at the 3. Derek Williams, or Grant Williams at the 4, and then Derek Lively. So Tim Hardaway now moves to the bench, which makes our bench even better. Josh Green, Dwight Powell, Jaden Hardy for the rest of the season. I actually love it. I wouldn't mind getting another better 5 here as well, but I don't know if we can really get one here at the deadline. I wouldn't mind it, but I don't know if that's an option. So we have Kleba's contract still. I mean, there's always the one guy I'm thinking of on the Wizards with Gafford, if they were moving, willing to move on from him, but I don't think we have enough assets. So I think we're gonna have to wait till the offseason to upgrade our backup 5 position. But not a bad get at the deadline. Let's go ahead and see how the rest of the season goes. At the end of year 1, Joel Embiid wins MVP. Vic is your Rookie of the Year. Cole Anthony, 6th man, Giannis Offensive Player. Alperen Sengun, Most Improved, and Luka Doncic, Clutch Player of the Year. Darvin Ham, Coach of the Year. Sorry, Taylor Executive, and then we already saw that. So All-NBA first team got Joel Embiid, Luka, Nikola Jokic, Durant, Giannis. All-NBA second team, and here's your All-NBA third team. So all of its first team and all of its second team, Luka Doncic making it. That's hilarious. But and then here was your all-rookie teams, which it's actually filled out, which is nice because a lot of the time it's not filled out, it feels like. But we ended up as a 6th seed in the West, so we just barely cracked in out of the play-in, which sucks because obviously, like I said, this team was off to a hot start, and then things just kind of cooled down. But I love our starting 5 going forward. I think we have a starting 5 set going forward. It's just a matter of upgrading the bench even more. I like Jaden Hardy as an asset off the bench. I like, Tim Hardaway, if we decide to keep him, we'll see. But I think we definitely need to upgrade our backup 5 spot, like 100%. Derek Jones Jr. has also been really good for the Mavericks this season at times, which I would have loved to have kept giving him minutes, but I guess it took him out, which sucks. But it's all good. So let's go ahead and see if we can find a way to upset the Denver Nuggets in round 1. It's not going to be easy, but we have a solid roster. I don't know if we're ready for this, though. I like Hardaway as our 6th man, and I forgot about Josh Green as well. Still going to be here. Dwight Powell, Jaden Hardy. So, Josh Green and Jaden Hardy are going to stay. Just a matter of figuring out what we need to do after that. So, game 1, we're up 1-0. Beat them by 15. Not a bad start. 29 from Kyrie, 18 from Jeremy Grant, and Luka only had 13. Winning a game with Luka only getting 13 is a steal. Game 2, we're up 2-0. We beat them by 11 this time. So, not too bad. You had 27 from Kyrie, 23, 13, and 11 from Luka. Game 3, they win. Game 4, they win. So we're back to an even series. We took both their games at home. They take both their games at our house. So here we go. They actually want to start Dwight Powell, which not sure I love that. I mean, I guess maybe Derek Lively isn't doing a good job on Nikola Jokic, but who can do a good job on him? But we might walk away with a huge Game 5 victory, and we do. We beat them by 6 in Denver. Now, can we turn the tide here? I guess Dwight Powell played really good as the starting 5, which is interesting. But game 6 in Denver, if we can win this one, we're going to the second round, which would be beautiful. Close game relatively, but they might keep us away here. So let's see if we can come back. It does look like it. Looks like we're going to lose in this game 6. And now we got a very, very pivotal game 7 on our hands in Denver. Are we going to get eliminated round 1? Are we going to be able to scrape back up here? And it's not looking good. We are going to lose in round 1 to Denver Nuggets. Push them to 7. It's the champions from last year. Disappointing, but it's not bad. I think we can actually build on this. Clippers and Celtics. And Celtics go on and win the championship. Or, sorry, Clippers do. They beat them in 5. Retirements. LeBron James retires a Laker. I'm going to override that. I don't think he's going to be ready to hang it up just yet. Let's go straight to the lottery, although this is going to matter for us. I believe our pick is finally going to go to the Knicks, which is nice. So we are going to have all of our picks freed up now. And, well, I guess we traded 2, obviously, to the Blazers for Jeremy Grant, which, again, 2 is definitely not happening, I don't think, in real life. But I'm pretty sure we gave our pick to the Knicks. Yeah, it's 19, I was about to say. All right, staff signing. Jason Kidd, I mean, we just almost beat the Nuggets in round 1, so I guess I could justify keeping him around. But I know some Mavericks fans, I believe, have grown impatient with him at times, so maybe they'd fire him. I'm not sure. But let's go ahead and fill out this coaching staff, and I'll see you guys with the next move on our hands. The first thing I'm going to be doing this offseason is exploring Tim Hardaway's expiring salary and see what we can get for it. So I'm going to throw Tim Hardaway along with, we got Maximus Prosper. I'm not throwing him in there. Let's throw him with Dwight Powell. Let's see what we can get. So Brook Lopez is being offered to us for a second-round pick. I would love Brook Lopez, but I regress, and I don't even think the Bucks would do this anyway. Max Strus, Ty Jerome, Zubac. Zubac as a backup 5 doesn't sound terrible, and the Clippers get Tim Hardaway and Dwight Powell. Don't think that's the most unrealistic idea in the world, so we might be able to do that. Zero Williams, Brandon Clark, Kami Hawkes Robinson, Trey Lyles, Rui Hachimura. Dorian Finney-Smith, for whatever reason, is listed at center. Interesting. And then Grady Dick, Christian Coloco. I mean, if I had time for Grady Dick to develop, wouldn't hate it, but I don't know why the Raptors would do that anyway. Wow, the 14th overall pick in Houston Nurkic. Now, I wouldn't mind Nurkic necessarily as our backup 5. Don't hate it, but I don't think the Suns are giving up the 14th pick for Tim Hardaway. That sounds kind of crazy. And then Naz Reid. Okay. Naz Reid is our backup 5, 13 points per game. I would not hate this idea. I guess if the Timberwolves felt they needed a guy who can knock down threes a little bit more, and then Corey Kispert, Daniel Gafford, and we trade a first-round pick. Wow. This might be the move, boys. This might actually be the move. This is an insane move right here. We get Kispert off the bench, who's a knockdown shooter, and then Gafford is our backup 5, 10 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 blocks. We trade a measly first-round pick. I think we got to do this trade. I think we got to hammer home this trade. We're going to go ahead and send this over to the Washington Wizards. So let's do this. We're going to go ahead and do this trade. The Wizards have been known to make some weird moves in the past, so I'm okay with that. Welcome. I guess the Wizards have a new front office, but that is a home run if I've ever seen one. 2 guys that immediately come off our bench, and I love that so far. So I don't think we have a draft pick when we double. Yeah, it goes to obviously the Knicks. So yeah, we don't have a draft pick, but we pretty much sent three picks away now after all these moves we made. So we're all in. Player option, which we should be with Luka. Like, there's no need not to be all in by any means. But we're gonna go ahead and not extend the qualifying offer for any of those guys, and then free agency time. We have no bird rights or big free agents, I don't think. And we have the ability to sign someone. So like a Caleb Martin I just saw, or Nubre, who's been good with the 76ers this season. Obviously, there's the weird, Carr thing, but I'm not really sure what's going to happen with that. Seth Curry is probably going to regress. Jaden Hardy's going to probably be that backup 2 going forward, but I'm going to move Seth Curry to point guard just in case. So we'll go ahead and have that going for us. That'll be our backcourt. Unless we feel like we need to sign another point guard. But then you got Josh Green, Corey Kispert. Again, love the Corey Kispert addition. And we have Max Prosper, Gafford, and Derek Lively. So I think we could actually no. So we pretty much have a bench if we want to, but obviously we should probably sign someone to free agency as well. So Monte Morris, also don't hate that idea. Would love another ball handler off the bench, a guy that can make passes. So Monte Morris is someone I'm looking at. Caleb Martin, also really good, but I actually feel like we have enough that we don't need to go grab Caleb Martin. Christian Wood, obviously that experiment did not work out in Dallas. I don't think I'm gonna go for him right now. I think our biggest need would be the backup point guard for sure. Unless we just want to sign Caleb Martin. I'm leaning towards Morris or Caleb Martin. And I honestly think Caleb Martin would be the better get. Which do I just go? Let's get Caleb Martin. Let's get Caleb Martin. I mean, I think he'd be the better addition here in Dallas. So I'm going to sign him to a 3-year deal. He's going to sign it. So he's going to come to Dallas, and he's going to be a bench addition, which is nice. So now we have Caleb Martin, and we have, the ability to make more moves if we want to. We could sign Andre Drummond as a 3rd string, which I don't hate the idea of. So I'm going to sign Andre Drummond, and that will be our offseason. So we bring in Corey Kispert, Daniel Gafford, and Caleb Martin. That's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. The role players we have here is amazing. Obviously, we're banking on Kyrie and Luka Doncic to lead us. Jeremy Grant still an 84, which is nice. Lively up to an 80. But the role players here is elite now, which is what you'd want. And then Seth Curry didn't even go down, which is nice. So now we have Caleb Martin. We got options. The depth is here. Now, is it going to be enough to win a championship? That remains to be seen. But I love the depth that we have. We are deep, which is nice. And we have the 2 stars at the forefront. If we feel like we need to move on from Kyrie at the deadline, I guess I can explore that option. But hopefully I don't feel the need to do that. And hopefully we're just good enough. That's really what I want to be at the end of the day. So let's go ahead and see what this rotation is going to look like. Power ranking's not very high on us. They're at 23rd overall. So if things don't click this season, then Jason Kidd can go most likely. But we're going to leave it at 4-star perimeter centric. Here is your starting 5. So you got Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, Jeremy Grant, Grant Williams, Derek Lively, Josh Green, Caleb Martin, Jaden Hardy, and Daniel Gafford. That leaves Corey Kispert, Seth Curry, Andre Drummond not even getting minutes. I'm going to run a 10-minute rotation. That way Kispert does get minutes because I want him to play. But, man, when I tell you I love this rotation, I love this rotation. So, does Jaden Hardy go down if I'm moving to point guard, by the way? He might. He's 6'3". Goes down 1. I can live with that. I'm going to move Jaden Hardy to point guard. That way we have someone playing that backup point guard spot. So, we'll go with that. So, boom. Jaden Hardy will be the last guy off the bench. Caleb Martin, 7th guy. Josh Green 6 guy, and this looks beautiful. So we're going to go ahead and summon year number 2, hoping things can go very well this year. I mean, this is where we're at. I think we have an elite core now, role players. Kyrie, Luka, lead us to the promised land. Derek Lively, keep being that guy. Which, by the way, I don't know if I looked at the end of the season stats last year. How did Derek Lively end out? So 9, 10, and then almost 2 blocks. So that's nice. And then obviously, I might have looked at him. I just forgot. But if I didn't, I apologize. Grant Williams, 12. Actually, I did look at him because I remember Jeremy Grant averaged like 16. So I just didn't pay attention enough to what Derek Lively did. But I'll see you guys most likely at the end of the season. I don't think we're stopping the trade deadline because we pretty much don't have any picks left. So we'll just see you guys at the end of the season. At the end of, or sorry, we're not at the end of year 2 yet, but we have stopped the contract extension deadline because there's always been the big discussion about whether Luka Doncic would eventually leave the Mavericks, and the moves that we have done have convinced him to sign an extension. And if I'm Dallas, I would hit this extension button as soon as possible. Luka Doncic is that guy. I would keep him. Jaden Hardy also going to re-sign here, so let's go ahead and re-sign him as well, which is lovely. Kyrie, unfortunately, has not made a decision. Obviously, I'm not in the camp to trade Kyrie Irving here right now. We're really good this season, so no need to do that. 42-18 so far. So this offseason and everything we've done leading up to this point has worked out, which is great. So let's just go ahead, continue simulating, and let's see how I finish year 2. LeBron James is going to win MVP for the city of LeBronto, I guess, at the end of year 2. Rookie of the year goes to Alex Sarr. Naz Reid, 6th man. Evan Mobley, defensive player. Most improved goes to Evan Mobley, or yeah, most improved to Evan Mobley as well. Clutch player, Devin Booker. Joe Mazzulla, coach of the year, and Christian Bartlett is your executive of the year for the Pistons, and then we saw that already. So, no Doncic. Oh yeah, Doncic makes all of your first team. Okay, Kyrie, do you make one? Probably not. Probably don't have enough stats. But all of it's first team, all of it's second team, all rookie first team, and all rookie second team. We ended up as the second seed in the Western Conference. As soon as I saw the deadline, we just like our contract extension deadline, we started losing a bunch of games. So I was a little disappointed by that, but it is what it is. We had 24 from Luka. 21 from Kyrie, and then 13 from Josh Green, only 12 from Jeremy Grant. So not ideal, only get 12 from Jeremy Grant. Obviously, the man's making a lot of money, so you know, envision would wanting more out of that, but whatever. Lively with 9, 9, and 1 block, which is still definitely acceptable. 9, 9, and 7. We're just gonna go ahead and shrink this down to a 9-man rotation. We're in the playoffs now, no need to run 10 deep, so hopefully regular season transfers to what, you know, we did most part for the regular season, because I'm not looking to get eliminated round 1 again. So we get the Memphis Grizzlies, who have Josh Smart, Baines, Zanti Aldama, Jaren Jackson. It's a good team in Memphis. No surprises here. Obviously, without John Morant, they've been in shambles this season. They lost Marcus Smart for a little bit now. So let's go ahead and see if we can beat the Grizzlies. So I'm in the current round, and we are going to beat them in 6. Let's go. So we're on to round 2. Now I get to play the Los Angeles Lakers. The Mavericks played literally the other night. It was a fun little game. They got OG and Anunoby now. So no LeBron James. They're replacing with OG and Anunoby. They got Monty Morris, who I thought about re-signing. Or signing, not re-signing. And then Joe Val with Anthony Davis. So he's the bench 5. Okay. It's a solid team in LA. So by no means are we going to be able to just smoke them. But it should be, you know, fun nonetheless. So they actually want to start Josh Green over Jeremy Grant and Lively, which is interesting. So Josh Green and Gafford were starting, which is interesting, as I said. But game 1, they're down. We're down 1-0. We're down 2-0. So if we go down 3-0, that'd be unfortunate. But we're gonna even it up. Can we win 3 straight? Yes, we can. Can we win 4 straight? Yes, we can. We're on to the Western Conference Finals. It was scary moments there for a second, and now I get to play the Thunder, who are the 8th seed. Obviously, I hate playing the Thunder. They're always so good. Yeah, we all know. I kind of mentioned about it earlier, but I plan to beat the Thunder just because of this guy. Plain and simple. We got to get rid of him. So I'm curious to see what the league and what the Thunder do about this situation, because obviously, as we've seen in the past, some guys that are just good get away with things. So not really sure how that's going to go. But game 1, we're up 1-0, 118 and 110. Great start. 39 for Kyrie, 29 from Luka. Game 2, they even it up. Game 3, 2-1. Man, I'm not losing to Josh Giddey. I refuse. All right, let's go ahead. They want to change the rotation again. They want to start Josh Green. Maybe he's giving us more juice than Jeremy Grant is. I don't know. So let's see if we can win this one. But, you know, the Thunder, they're just tough to beat, man. It's plain and simple, and it looks like that's going to be the case here. So the Thunder are going to have our number. We're down 3-1. All right, got to fix the rotation again. Maybe we go 8-man rotation and see how that goes for us. I don't know. They want to start Kispert now. Whatever works. So I just want to win 1 game here and, you know, maybe come back from 3-1. Let's see. So we do take the lead here. Can we run away with it and finish with the lead, though, is the question. And we do barely. So 120 to 123. Seemed like running an 8-man rotation worked. Kispert starting seemed to work. So game 6 in Oklahoma City. I mean, if we can win this one, then we're going to a game 7, and anything is possible. Nothing is off the rails here. So we're down 2, down 4 now, down 6. Okay, we need to score. Luka, wake up. All right, so down 3, we need to wake up and score here, 101 to 105, and unless we make it close at the end, we're losing. So yeah, unfortunately, we're gonna lose to the Thunder. No surprises there to the Thunder. As I said, they're tough to beat, and we kind of make it close to the end, but we lose. So got to the Western Conference Finals this year, and we fall short. Pistons, Thunder. The Pistons beat them, though. So I wanted to beat Gideon the Thunder, but unfortunately did not work out. LeBron James going to retire. We can go straight to the lottery. I mean, do you fire Josh Giddey after that? Or not Josh Giddey. He's still in my head. Jason Kidd is a head or free agent anyway. So we have Mike D'Antoni here. We have Becky Hammond, which is interesting. She is A's across the board. Frank Vogel, of course. You know what? Give me Becky Hammond. Why not? She almost got a job with the Portland Trailblazers. Let's give her a job on the Dallas Mavericks here. So, brand new head coach here in Dallas, which is awesome. So, now we can head straight to draft night. And I don't think we have any draft picks because we've obviously made... Actually, we might have a draft pick here. We do. 23rd overall pick. Obviously, would love to see if we can get another rookie to contribute. We're a deep team as it is already. Liam is here. We got Jaden Williams, which is 20 years old. Nasir Cunningham. I'll take Nasir Cunningham with this selection, and we'll call it a day out of DePaul. Welcome to the team. He is going to be a 70 overall. Got Canyon Catchings, which is an interesting name, and Jalen Lewis as well. Player options. Kyrie Irving is in a decline, so it's going to be interesting if Kyrie's going to resign again. Corey Kispert. We're going to send the qualifying offer on him. And then I think Gaffer. No, Gaffer's not a free agent. But obviously, we don't have money to just replace Kyrie with like Jason Tatum or something. But I don't think we have a choice. I think we got to resign Kyrie, obviously. So do you give him a 5-year deal? Probably not. But like a 2-year deal, if he's wanting to just sign that out the gates, I think you do that 9 times out of 10. Kispert's not even asking for much, which is beautiful. But I think a guy of his services would probably ask for at least $10 million. So I'm going to go ahead and give him 10 because I think it's more realistic. But Kyrie is back for 2 more years, which is great. We still have the ability to sign like another really good player if we wanted to. But our depth is just so good as it is that I don't think it's even necessary. So we'll just run what we got. So let's go to player progression. And let's see what we got. So progression. Lively doesn't go up, which is not great. Would have loved to see him gone up even more. But everyone else is going up, which is great. Jeremy Grant is still an 84, so not going down, which is awesome. So let's go ahead and see how year 3 goes. We got to the Western Conference Finals last year. We have a new head coach in town. So let's see if that's going to work out for us. So I just auto-drained the draft class. I just realized that. I'll fix that in a second. Proficiency, 4-star, 7 seconds. If we want to go back to perimeter-centric, but I guess 7 seconds is going to work out better. So starting powering is going to let us at 28. So they're not very high on us again. But, you know, last year, we're going to shrink the bench utilization down as well. There's no need to run our bench that much. But we're going to go 9-man rotation, of course. And this is what it'll look like. So Luka, Kyrie again, Jeremy Grant, Grant Williams, Lively, Josh Green, Kale Lamar, Jaden Hardy, and Corey Kispert. Not having Gaffer in the rotation is not great. So I'm going to run a 10-man rotation, I guess. I want Gaffer to play. And then let's see. Shot tendency. So what is Jeremy Grant's shot tendency? Because he's making too much money not to average at least like 15. So we're going to go ahead and give him an 80 shot tendency. But I will see you guys at the end of year 3. Let me make sure I download a new draft class. And I'll see you guys at the end of year 3 with the hopes of maybe going all the way this year. So at the end of year number 3, we finish up as a 2nd seed in the West once again. Kind of hoping we don't have to deal with a Thunder in round 1. I was like kind of seeing if they were here, and they are, but they're in the play-in. So 21 from Luka Doncic, which is unusual, I would say. I mean, he would be in his prime at this point if he's not already. But yeah, unusual, but stats were just kind of stretched across the board. We have a lot of good players. So hopefully this works out. We get the Thunder in round 1. Beautiful. Okay. They still have Shea, Josh, yeah, Justin Edwards, Jalen Williams, Chet, Casey Wallace. They drafted Cooper Flagg as well. Okay. I'm not feeling great about this. But when 1-0 though, game 2 they even it up. Game 3 2-1. Maybe we could beat them. Game 4, huge game 5. We might get eliminated in round 1, which is really unfortunate because actually it's been an meditation as well. Here we go. Game 5 in Dallas. Please win if possible. So we had the lead for a second. They had it as well in the beginning. They take it. We take it back. We got to win this one, and we are going to win game 5. That's huge. Game 6. Win it. Game 7. All right. Game 7 in Dallas again. Please don't lose to the Thunder. They blow us out in the first quarter. Just kidding. We actually take the lead here. Can we run away with it, though? If we beat the Thunder, we could beat anybody, and we are going to beat them. Let's go. 113-121. 27 for Jeremy Grant. That's huge. And now we get the Portland Trail Blazers, which Portland can be tough to beat as well. They have Scoot, Sharp, Chris Murray, Kuminga, DeAndre Ayton, Anthony, Robert Williams, Dennis Schroeder, and Matisse Thybulle. So game 1, 1-0, beat them by 13. Game 2, 2-0. So far, so good. We're going to sweep the Blazers. Let's go. We did. All right, we're back to the conference finals just like that. And now we get Minnesota, who was the first seed in the West. All right. Wagner, Anthony Edwards, McDaniels, Cat, Gobert, Isaiah Jackson, Kenyon Martin, Chetty Osman, Andre Drummond, and Josh Richardson. So, should be a tough series, but, I mean, do we beat them is the question. We'll see. Game 1, 1-0. So far, so good. Beat them by 9 here. Game 2, 2-0. Game 3, they win. Go up 3-1. No, game 4. We're going to a game 6 at least. All right. Game 5, big one. We win. Game 6, big game here. Going to a game 7 once again. Got to fix rotation. It's going to be Minnesota. Whatever works. Game 7 in Minnesota. We didn't come this far just to lose, hopefully. So we got a close one on our hands here. And we are going to have a nice lead here. But it's a 7-point game. So nothing is out of the doghouse just yet. But it's looking good for us. And we are, I believe, going to win. And now we're on the NBA Finals. Let's go. So we get Cade Cunningham and the Pistons in the finals. They won a championship last year, I believe. So by no means are we just going to be able to come in here and beat Detroit easily. But we'll see. So that kicks Gafford out of the rotation, I guess, which I don't love. But whatever. Game 1, 1-0. Great start. Game 2, they even it up. Game 3, big one. They're up 2-1. I cannot afford to go down 3-1 to the Pistons. So let's simcast this one and see if we can win this one to even the series up. We have the lead so far. They take it for a second. Can we keep it? We do. Beat them by 12 there. Another huge game 5 on our hands. Can we come out here and win it over Detroit? Let's see. And it looks good so far. If we could just keep this lead and not blow it at the end, we are going to be the clear. So just like that, we have a huge advantage here. We need one more game, and we've got Luka Doncic a championship. So game 6 in Dallas. Let's celebrate in front of these home fans. Come on, let's buckle down here and win this huge game 6. Not have to worry about a game 7. It's going to be a close one. 1-point game right now. Let's see. We might have to jump in and watch the end if it's really close still, unless if someone runs away with it. So we have the lead, but again, it's just like a 1-point game, 2-point game now. We take the lead back. Back and forth so far. Huge game 6 here. All we got to do is buckle down and finish them off here, and we are going to be jumping in here probably here shortly. So 2 minutes left. We have the lead. Let's jump in and watch the rest. Let's jump in and watch the rest of this. All right, let's watch the rest of this. We have a 4-point lead, 105 to 109, a minute 30 left in the clock. All we got to do is win this one, and we're champions. So let's do just that, and here goes nothing. So, all right, let's see. Kyrie's got the ball. He's going to take it in. He's going to shoot a mid-range, and he's going to hit it. What a big shot to give us a 6-point lead. Kyrie Irving, of course, he's been here in these moments before. Hit a huge game winner in that one against the Warriors over Steph. Cade Cunningham gets the screen. He was open for a second. Hardy, I believe, got a nice closeout, though. It's kind of interesting. We don't have Luka out here right now, but we have a 6-point, and Kyrie loses the ball in transition. Damn. Okay. You got Tobias Harris having the ball back in Detroit. He was there for like a small stint. He's going to pass it out to Castle. Pass it to Tobias Harris down low. Kyrie's on him. Not sure I love this matchup. Tobias Harris over Kyrie. He hits it. A minute 2 left in the clock. Do I need to call a timeout so Luka can get in here or what? I'm just going to trust that Kyrie's going to do it for us. Luka may have fouled out. That's definitely a possibility. But let's see. Get a screen from Derek Lively. I want to see that screen and roll action. Kyrie's just going to take... Actually, he's going to just take it, and he's going to make it. So ISO Kyrie gives us another 6-point lead. What a shot by Kyrie Irving. Kyrie, clutch so far down the stretch. You love to see it. Jaden Hardy's going to be on Cade Cunningham. Cade's going to go in and get a screen from Durant. 3 from Cade. This is a big shot to hit it. He misses it. Lively with the big board. They foul Derek Lively, who goes to the free throw line. This would be huge if he can hit these. And he is going to miss the first one. So that works out for Detroit. Is Luka in the game now? He is not. Whatever. It's fine. He's going to miss both. That's actually huge for Detroit. We got Detroit passing it in to Ivy. Kyrie on him. Ivy is going to pass it to Durant. Cade Cunningham's got the ball with Hardy on him. Cade's going to take it down, and he's going to shoot a mid-range. He was open. He misses it, though. Wow. Kyrie Irving's going to have the ball this time. So we should be able to hit these free throws, which is nice. And that should be the ball game. So 107 to 113. He's going to hit the first one, and now we can go celebrate our championship. Most likely, I don't think that obviously we're going to be able to Or I don't think we'll choke this. So Cade Cunningham and the Pistons have the ball. They need a 3 here. Ivy with the 3. They are going to miss it. Live with another board. Passing it to Hardy. The Pistons are going to give up. And that will be your ball game. And that will be your rebuild. Absolute beautiful rebuild. Mavericks, go get some elite role players. They've done a great job. I think this last offseason, they can continue that at the deadline. And in the next offseason, they're going to be just fine. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Definitely was a fun little video. I always love rebuilding the Mavericks with Luka. Obviously, Luka's a cheat code. So yeah, love how this turned out. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see y'all on the next video. Saturday, should maybe have it uploaded tomorrow. I can't guarantee it, but I know we need to do a 10-year rebuild. So if I have time, I'll drop a 10-year rebuild tomorrow. If not, I'll just maybe drop a regular rebuild. So yeah, I apologize for not having a 10-year rebuild lately. Other than that, let you guys watch Celebration. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.